Are you a book lover or enthusiast? Do you need genuine and unique lifestyle products? Or are you looking for a place where you can find contemporary and a wide range of unique gifts for children and adults? Laterna is your go-to place for genuine and contemporary books and lifestyle products for wholesale and retail customers. We stock business books on management, leadership, financial success, entrepreneurship, personal development, and so much more. We carry children's fiction, non-fiction, educational books, CDs, and DVDs. We also stock Christian books on various themes such as family life and parenting, church life and growth, spirit-filled living, love, sex, and marriage, to mention but a few. Laterna carries life and style books such as baby and child care, beauty and style, conception and pregnancy, crafts, and hobbies. We also carry adult, children, and teenagers' Bibles, educational toys, framed art, gifts, greeting cards, home and office fragrances, music CDs and DVDs, stationery, teachings, and lots more. Our stores are located at plot 1611 Adewuyi Hopewell Street, Victoria Island, Lagos. Online at www.laternabooks.ng. Laterna, your lifestyle hub for book lovers. For inquiries, call 0803 301 4462, 0809 525 3223, 0809 525 3484, or 0809 525 3485. Chat with us via WhatsApp on 0810 023 4441. You may also reach us on social media via Twitter at Laterna Books, Instagram at Laterna Books, and Facebook at Laterna Ventures. It's 161 Adewuyi Hopewell Street, Victoria
Chima, Sales and Marketing Manager. Yes, I would like to welcome the section. I'll start by introducing Laterna, and then after I'll introduce the moderators. Laterna Ventures Limited section. It's my adult reading book sections, and we started sometime in 2020, just immediately after the pandemic. Book reviewers. So today will be the 50th edition of our book reading section. So I'll clear up what we've done. The first book reading section was by Mrs. Wonola at the time. She reviewed the book The Four Disciplines of Education, and the second one was by Pastor Gwenga Folayan. He reviewed a book by John Hagee. She reviewed her book, God's Waiting Room. We also had Mrs. Yemisi Ayeni, The Truth We Told. That's a book by Kamala Harris. And then we had Mrs. Ndidi Wunemi, the food entrepreneur in Africa. Mr. Dr. Kende Nwani is the proprietress of She reviewed That's Greatest Return by Dr. Maxwell. She had that in 2 parts. And then we have Sunday Olise, the popular Nigerian footballer. He reviewed Audacity to Refuse, his book. And they will say my story. And then we have the late Lady Yoka Onwenu. She reviewed her book, My Father's Daughter. And then we had Dr. Kende Ayeni for the second time to complete the Leader's Return by Maxwell. Then Mrs. Biskin Adeyemi suspected the choice. Mrs. Tommy Rotimi, Get Fit and Live, and Miss Ozomi. And then Mrs. Bukola Smith, The Power of Habits, a management book. Mrs. Nana Odejayi reviewed the House of Secretary John Maxwell. We reviewed We have Mrs. Yewande Zacchaeus again and his Eventful Life, her book. Mrs. Coco Kalango, this is Pastor Adewuyi. That's a biography for children. And then Mrs. Tommy Rotimi, Storm of Many Parts, was the book she reviewed. I don't care, let her call to my younger self, Mr. George Onofowokon, Atomic Habits, that's the bestseller here. Mrs. Bola Mataloko, The Excellent Life Skills, and Chike Onya reviewed his book on emotional intelligence, and Hugo Oreneru reviewed Manage Your Time, manage your time to manage your life, and Felicia, but I must unleash your superpowers. Dr. Abiola Salami, The Peak Performing Women's Opinion, and Mr. Chike Onya again, How to Be Intelligent Without Being Stupid, book as well. Mr. Femi Ojomu, The Dynamic Intersection of Economic Relations and National Development. We had Mr. Kehari Boka, Mark Onglado's book, Blink. And then to Watoyin Ashade reviewed Beyond Handshake, and Mr. Tunde Fala shared review Starts With Why, and Mr. Mukhtar Mohammed reviews Secrets of Millennials. Reviewed her book, Abike. And the last, before this edition, was Omawumi Akigun. They reviewed her book, Oops, the Client is Upset, a book on customer service. So far, that's what we've done. Yes, and then Mr. John Mr. John is a certified trainer, author, podcaster, and a learning development professional. He's also a guest faculty at the Lagos Business School, where he guides executives on strategy for building high-performing teams. Mr. Don, you're welcome. Welcome, Mr. Don.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Don. I am going to be a moderator for this session. So I'm going to be your moderator for this session. Without further ado, I'm going to bring up the author to the podium. He has a very, 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 very long profile. For many of us that are here, I'm going to keep it real simple. Okay. You want me to finish? Well, I'm not going to finish with time. He's a man of many accomplishments. He's an accomplished legal practitioner with over 28 years post-call experience, over 24 years of which represents hands-on experience in the financial services industry, handling a wide range of briefs. He's also a professional career. He has a professional career that has spanned litigation, commercial law, corporate law practice, and in leading commercial firms before he moved in-house and began to manage legal departments of reputable institutions. He's a Christian, and he's led diversities of groups. He's also one of the pastors at the Elevation Church. He's a proudest achievement is in co-parenting 3 God-fearing adult children with his wife of 34 years. He's a dog father, a people lover who focuses on legacy. He's passionate about relationships and men, And this passion has led to the creation of a new YouTube channel soon to hit the waves, namely Sozo TV, conversations for men and those who love them. He engages weekly on LinkedIn where he shares his experience and wisdom. And he currently holds the role of the group company secretary of ARM Holding Company Limited. And finally, I will say that he is a good man. Many times you come in contact with people that are quite astute, but you don't want to have a lot to do with them when you don't need to. But this is someone that you can spend the next 24 to 48 hours with directly, and you will not be tired. This is a very good storyteller. I'm sure you're going to be exposed to that today. And he's going to be reviewing his book, Blindsights. So this is how it's going to go. And he's going to share a few things about the book, and he's going to use slides to share them. Afterward, we are going to talk about I'm going to ask a few questions, and then we'll also give opportunities for those in-house and those online. So without further ado, please put your hands together as we welcome Mr. Alausa Adewuyi.
Everyone. Thank you for being here. Let me see me if it's.
So we can switch over to the slide. We can switch over to the slide.
If you can see the slide, or if you can try as much as possible not to run so that I can see so comes with the slide. So it's not on the slide yet. And so I think the slide started by just asking the question why the book was written. Because one or two people asked me why I wrote the book. But before I start, really, let me first appreciate the Laterna group, Laterna group, and the privilege to start this study. And I also want to appreciate my brother because this would not have happened if my brother had not been the work. So you know, I always appreciate it. So I will start by, if I start by even the name, the title of the book, because when I am the publisher in the title, Image, and then incidentally, my lead pastor just came to church early in the new year and said, "Theme for the year is going to be Image." So the publisher said that, what is this one? And then we talked with that for a while, but we couldn't really get until like when we finished the book, and he was asking me that I have to put a name on this book. You have to decide. And from my that only want to conclude that what the book will be. So before I said, I told that I need a name for this book.
And to stop video, everybody attention.
I woke up and singing. So by the time I woke up, I things. And Blindsights was one of them. So the song was coming and I had Blindsights. So let me go to life talent. Your own may be a little bit more than my own. But if you look at the foundation, it's almost like you have similar talent. So I've learned through life that the same challenges I had, people are going through those challenges. And more often than not, or if some a table friends call and they ask questions, I discovered that those questions they are asking are questions that I have asked myself, God has helped me solve it. So I told myself that okay, rather than just telling few people, so that why don't I even put it down in a book so that more people without benefit of my experience without the pain. Because a lot of things I went through, I had to learn on my own, and some were not pleasant.
Rather than having that
So rather than having that pain, so that was the experience. So that was basically the reason.
move to the next slide.
So if we are moved to the next slide, next two slides, and then we can
So move to the next slide.
so move to the next.
So
In this book is around 206 pages with 10 chapters. With 10 chapters. And each chapter has a theme. And then at the end of that chapter, you will see some lessons. For those, the reason for those lessons and thoughts is to provoke some reaction you after we have written it. And ask yourself questions, and then have action points based on what you want to do, based on what you have learned or what you have such questions are questions are things that help me maybe get to the next level. Questions are things that help me get to the next level. So this is entirely about being resilient, and no matter where you are in life, no matter what you have been, that is not your end point. If you trust and if you push, you can always get out of the rut. Nobody was born in the rut to get out of it. Somehow you can go higher. If you are born low, you can go higher. So I have like few slides, and each slide will talk about one chapter in the book, and then we have one or two final thoughts, and then we can close. Or maybe we can go back to John. Okay, if you move to the next slide, we're talking about chapter 1 of the. And chapter 1 talks about early life. I can call myself, but those are the 9 really about. So it's not about the early life of the author. I try to go through my ancestors, if you allow me to use now my language. And I discovered that it was just full of people that did die recklessly. They just couldn't be bothered. One thing they had was that they made a lot of money. Some of them lost the money along the way. They didn't lose their arrogance. They lost money, but they didn't lose their stubbornness. So just this fear of better than the next person was the kind of atmosphere I grew up in. My father to my uncles, but my hearts were even worse. They were worse than the women of that family were just most of them really after like 5 or 10 years married, they just come back home because it's difficult for a man to live with them. It was just terrible. The way they spoke, the way they behaved, it was just as if everybody was beneath them. And that's the those are so naturally, whether you like it or not, you become one of them. And so that's how I like. As no discipline whatsoever, indulgent man. Extremely indulgent man. I was talking to somebody and I told the person that my allowance in 1982, my secondary school boy was 100 naira. You almost paid. Because 70 naira was the entire salary his father took as a civil servant. A young boy in secondary school was taking 10 naira per week. What did that do to me? It enabled me to have all sorts of useless friends that people patronize with because they wanted to collect some of it. And then irresponsibility followed that. But one thing for maybe it's the way God designed this type of environment. There will be somebody speaking to you directly or indirectly. Mentors that you can copy, whether in marriage, whether in life. And I had those people around me. They could be what you call a man people, which means the same person. They could be one older person. There's something about this man. You learn that. So those people who are around, so you are used to have those people who are living this life. So that happened a lot, and I wondered a lot. Then I had a matter. My mother's brother. My mother, the man was something else. Very rich man, extremely disciplined. When I look at my father's lineage and I look at it, it's difficult to rationalize how two people, both of them were wealthy. One was one way, the other one was this way. And I recall the land from him. And one that I cannot forget was when I was trying to get into university and I couldn't. And because he was friends with the PC, he got an appointment and I went there. Got there very early. PC came around 11. Let's do this in the book. Around 11 and I couldn't see him until so I'm very indulgent young man. No breakfast, nothing. Don't even know what they meant by that. And so I was there for the entire day till 6:30, and nobody just took any order to where I just started my corner. And he said, he started backing down by five. He said, those people, they can be down to 12 midnight. And I looked at myself, so it is 12 midnight. Because I can't say I want to see you, sir. This is happening. The elderly people going in and coming in. So I told myself that right now, around 6:30, I left. So I had a car. I looked back to my grandfather's person. And he was saying, yes, what happened? And I said, this is the BC. Because I got there at 7:30. I was expecting sympathy to say, oh, my son, can you go back tomorrow and all that. And he looked at me and he said, no wonder you've not been able to make anything out of life. He said, life demands discipline and sacrifice. That's just the land goes. Did you think you are going to meet as the vice chancellor of this? Because of my father's side, they will put me with this. So he said, you are the one that needs the help. I was talking to the man who had convinced him on why he should put on the special analyst. I was not used to the way. So he continued by saying, well, no wonder you've not done anything for yourself that in life. But if this is the way you are going to run through life, I pity you really. I was looking at this man. My black lessons for that conversation. Number one, never be a beggar. Don't be a beggar. Don't put yourself in a position where you have to go and beg. Number two, effort is nothing. Nobody has time for it. It's the result that they look out for. There's no other lesson like that. But I went out from his presence that day telling myself that I must find a way to do my own. Sadly, I didn't see my grandfather again until the day because he can call it arrogance. But the following year, I got to university on my own. However, he's stuck because those, and when he's talking to you, he will think he's pitying you. The one who will come sharp, fast. So I learned those lessons. So life does not wait for anybody. I spent 5 years in secondary school and then I spent 5 years in university. I think I'm living this. It's just because that I messed up along the way. All sorts of things just happen. Despite my 5 years in secondary school, 7 years trying to enter university, and then 7 years in university. All this was university. By the time I came out of university, so life doesn't wait for you every day. It does like a clock every day. So if you like, don't be careless. Be careless about your own life. Other people that are careful about their own, they will move ahead. And those that the outcome of the life. Nobody the outcome of the life. I learned that the hard way. And I learned that the hard way. The uncle is somewhere, man. You are your own to help yourself. You do it to help yourself. How are you asking God to help you? You can move to the next slide. I continue my reckless. One would think that after having spent to get to the university, but I just joined them to start final year students, all the best parties. My first week I could have been inducted to the court because I went to a party, but Providence saved me. So let's continue. That's my second school was when my wife got pregnant and we had to marry because certain people don't do what I do, but it's just you have to bear the consequence why you do. Is what I've discovered. You can escape when mercy is working on your behalf, but practice steadfast and allows you to reap the full consequence And what essentially happened was that I had a school. I parents said it for everything. I needed to learn some lessons. My mother taught me that lesson. A very individual subject. I was taught that lesson. So my daughter school fees and uniform was about 6,000 naira. I went to my dad to say, this thing is going to school, and I didn't want it. I should take it. No problem. So when they said, I'm not come back. My father always has money. How come? He doesn't have this one. He doesn't have money. So I went every day. I said, come back. For like a week. He don't know me that this man did not want to give me this money. So I went to my mom to say, give me 6,000 naira. So she borrowed me the money for doing the school fees. I paid for the uniform, all that. So because I was suspicious that he wasn't going to give me the money. Now the thing was that he was giving me 1,000 naira allowance. That one did not fail. So the 1,000 he gave me, once I collect it, I will go to my mom so that I can pay your loan. So I paid that one back. After I paid that, I said, continue deducting it because the term is coming. So that's how I learned responsibility the hard way. It's not as if everybody started. I learned that you have done something. You will reap the consequence of it. And that's what I learned. Still that did not help. I was still living the day. So my recklessness is reduced because I had less experience. However, I still continued with the balance I had. Okay. And we can move to like I don't know how many minutes I saw that. So slide 3 because I saw the battle around my school. Around this time, I was telling people this story. I just got moved. Pastor Wale is broadcast every Sunday evening. 30 minutes, 6 to 6:30, I will just listen and then I switch on the television. He was telling all sorts. And then some incident happened. My neighbor, or maybe the person that is, we just went to Saturday morning. Somebody was banging the door, and then there was his mom. His mom traveled from Lagos to Ife, where we were in school. His mom just alleged that he had sent people to steal Adewuyi. And the young man said, I've been in school for over 1 month. The woman said she doesn't care that if she doesn't get back Adewuyi, the heaven will fall. And then she went back. So my neighbor was disturbed. I said, don't worry. I know one sees it about town. Let's go and meet him. He will tell us what happened to Joel. Because I followed people to pray. I always stay in the car. They will go and pray. I wait for them. I will take them back. So I knew this, so I took him there. So normally I stayed in the car, pointed my back out to him. So when he saw about he came along, he said, look, where is the person that came with you? He said, it's in the car. Baba said, follow me. So he goes to his door. I said, you. I pointed at me from his door. You will die very soon. The way you are going, you will die very soon. One woman will kill you. I said, I didn't come to see you, sir. He said he knows that they will kill you, but you. Let them know this man from. I shot and shoulder took him to see. And especially they found the building like a week or 2 weeks after. So I let Baba is going to doesn't know what he's talking about. So like a few months after, I followed the other person to another AC pastor. I stayed in the car. And as the man was escorting them out, he said, not to the car, that young man, God will be kind to you. You have a reasonable future. However, the way you are going, a woman will be out of jealousy. And that's what I started to think. So I had 7 men in school, all over the place, all over Western Region. I started giving them that this one looks like a witch. This one can keep. I stop relationship. This one looks like a witch. So I was saying, okay, who are the people that looks like I chill out of all these people? So I was trying to whittle it down, but it didn't help. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that wherever you find yourself, it may be you think that God is silent. God is not silent. God is always speaking. The fact that you could not hear does not mean he's not speaking. He is speaking. If you just look back, stay back, and then he's solid a bit, you will just hear what God is saying. Because God was speaking to me in several ways, even though I did not hear. The messages that He gave me were messages that would have saved my life. But the way the story turned out later, I got to where my pastor said I would get to. But because of those things God said, I will move to the next time. Let me just be quick now. Okay, so chapter 4 is just talking about my encounter with the Holy Spirit, and that's where the story came. I mentioned Pastor Adewuyi is broadcast on Sunday, and that's where I met my got my salvation. From one fiery Sunday, he preached, and as I was about to go out, I started hearing voices, and not so sure here we have. Now, but there are various examples in that chapter about how God has helped at various times, and the one I want to share is in regards to my study in school. So I dedicated part 2 because I married 2 or 3 months before my exam. That was not even the reason, but I had crammed one exam, my law of contracts. Unfortunately, the questions slipped, and the lecturer came the question. You already the exam hall. They will give you areas of concentration. I don't know whether I have people like me in this place. When they give you areas of concentration, that's the only thing you need. And for students like me, AOC was just good because it means I don't have to just focus on yes, and I did that. But when the exam questions leaked, they changed it. And when they changed it, the question that came out was like 3 because I had not seen them before. But I felt part 2 now. So when I felt part 2 I knew that in Ife law, this exam is once a year, and if you fail in the second time, they ask you to read the faculty. So I knew that I just had to pass. So I started reading, and I passed part 2. Part 3 was my encounter with the Holy Spirit. So when we finished exam part 3, the only days in between was my encounter, and then part 4 came. What the story, I have many stories, but the one I'm going to share is how God helped me with my final exam. And what happened in my part 4 was that I began to study and just discovered that I wasn't doing just careless. And so people started stopping me that can you explain this? Can you explain that? And I was surprised. So I can sit down and explain things to people, really. So it's not as if my head is blocked, it's just the devil playing tricks on me. So, part 4, when I finished reading prepared for my exam, when I sleep a day before the exam, I'll find myself in an exam hall in the grade, and they'll give me question paper. And when I wake up and I get to the exam hall, the question will be word for word, comma for comma. So the first one that happened, I said is supposed. But the following day, because the exams are not studied, is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's their exam. But they always pack out and people faint in the exam hall. People they bring nurses and doctors to exam hall for law students. Some have been don't understand the question, just faint. You can do the receipts, but some people they really faint because people don't sleep. It's just 4 days for a year's lecture. So you have to really understand what they're teaching, but otherwise you won't pass. So they change it now, it's now semester 1. In my days, it was just seasonal. So the following day, I had that dream, and when I woke up this time, I didn't stay responsible. I actually picked my books and studied what I saw. When I got to the exam, word for word. Third exam, word for word. Fourth exam, word for word. I had A or 2 in my platform. Now, so for the kind of student like me that had schools that were funny, part 1, part 2, I did school with a 2 months, a very high one. And people say, Alasa must have got to private lecture. How did he make a 2 months? It's not possible. But what they didn't know was that there's something called the Holy Spirit. So what my lessons there is that wherever you are, whatever you are, if you just ask God for help beyond your understanding can come to you. So that's the story. There are also the impact of them. So when I became a born again Christian, and it's the impact of leaders in the church. There was one Baba that had me to the DPR. one of those old time Christians and said, and I was like, what do you like? And I said, women. He said, okay, now that you are living your life with Christ, women will come after you. I said, why will they come after you? As if you saw a vision. From one day, all the girls that are not married for like 3-4 years, that didn't give me time of it. There were notes all over my list in the school. How are you? How are you? You are missed. I began to feel good that maybe I'm the man now. But that was feedback. Beware of the things you like. And if I won't lie to you, that's why I think that's not. But for that word, my friend that I spoke to that promised me, he said, God has answered our prayers. You will just speak with all of them, just once of one. So we know our effort is not in vain. That was the advice of my friend. It's the advice of the woman's friend. The advice that I took him. So let's move to the next chapter, chapter 5. And chapter 5 is just lessons that I learned. Lessons just tell me that life is a season. I spoke about my first job experience, and what I now understand is if you understand the seasons of your life, you need to be able to maximize the lessons that God is teaching you, lessons God is teaching you at those times. I didn't understand those seasons and the benefit that you can take it fully because I struggled with it, I fought with it, I probably didn't take it, those lessons fully. So seasons happen in a painful. If we step back and try and understand what God is doing and what God is saying in those seasons, life becomes very, very tolerable. It is what I've learned. So we may be in a season of barrenness, of dryness. So ask questions, why am I here? What is God trying to show me here? So is it because I've done something? Where did I fail? Where do I need to ask God for help or mercy? And if you understand those seasons, it makes it a very powerful time of reflection for us. So please understand the season. It compels perspective and gives you a different view of what should be happening. And once you have that perspective of view, then everything changes. So it doesn't become something again. You understand why you are going through it, and then you understand where this is going to end. Shall we go to the next step? So in chapter 6 talks about an experience that we have had. In this one, my wife is a participant in this experience of barrenness. When my first thought of call, when I became economic Christian, was CAC. And basically because of a couple I met, the way their marriage ran, the way their behavior towards their children's friends, and I felt that these were truly Christians because they embodied love and everything about them. So I followed them to CAC. And the experience I had with that church, it formed my faith. So there was a woman that been married for over 10 years in that church, and the district overseer was going to visit. And if you don't see it, you don't see it and water. So he said that everybody, all the women should come out and give a bath to their children. But the church had a big compound towards the back of the church. And all the women came with their children, they were giving them the bath. And this woman that was married came with 2 buckets. And she used soap to make one side of her. And the woman was, people were speaking and saying, look at her. All sorts of side comments, but she didn't care. She was just facing her. People, the ushers tried to stop her, and she was started fever. You just noticed that when he was going to pray, he focused on the woman more than the other women. Long story short, 9 months after she had twins. So I told myself that it is like this God that you just called me to, if God can do anything. Because if and just the demonstration of faith that led to many people, he got married. It appears that this God can do everything. So all over this chapter, what we will see is just gratitude, an appreciation of what God can do in the life of man. It's been my own story. God has been unbelievable in several aspects, and I give glory to God for that. Can we just move to the next slide? Okay, so I try to build relationships here. I am a strong student and advocate of relationships. Relationship has been my help all through life. people that God has sent to me have just been awesome. I was saying that I won't be here today if John had not set this up. He was gone. He didn't even tell me he was going to call and ask for a book review. He was after I had a meeting, spoken to everybody that he called me to say I should sign it. And I sent it later. He said he sent it later to me. I should just print and sign. So before signing it, I said, I'm going to it. That's when I found out that it's going to be a book review. So relationship will give you in one day what 20 years of effort will deny you. 20 years of time, relationship, just knowing who to call and who to speak to will deliver things that are impossible for your station to deliver. And that's what relationship does. That's been my experience. So, but what we do is that we mislabel friendships. People that are acquaintances, we call them friends, and that's where the problem comes. And then when they disappoint us, we start crying. They were never our friends. We are the ones that thought they were friends. They were never. So what they did was not wrong, because they only do that for their friends, but you are not a friend. So why are you? The question I always ask myself is this person my friend? Am I the only friend? Or is this person poker? So what we don't mislabel, and everything is fine. I've noticed that we choose people whose profile we aspire to become. Okay? We aspire to become them, so we choose them. But they are not our friends, they are what we aspire to. And that was a theme in that chapter. Please, it's important you identify your friends. Your friends are your journey helpers that God has sent to you. Friends can move mountains, they can do anything for you. Ask them why they like you, they won't know. Those are your real friends. They can't just watch you while you suffer. They will move the hands of the heart for you. But the ones that know that they are your friends because you have a degree, those are your acquaintances. They are not your friends. And so please, it is important to find your journey friends. God sent them to you, especially to head your journey on this heart. So next chapter. I like this chapter. This chapter is about my wife. From the beginning of this chapter to the end, I talked about my wife. I don't have enough words to describe my wife. When we were dating, my mom called my wife one day and said, "Your mother is my friend. Don't marry this one." He was my mother or my mom. I said, "Don't marry this one." My wife asked why. He said, "If I marry this one, in their family, they will take care of you. You won't lack. Your children will not lack. But you are just an ornament in the house. It is something they will decorate you when they want to take you out. Okay, they will buy car for you, they will build house for you if you want. But you will not get the relationship that you need from a husband." But she asked for nothing. Big listen. And so the only way I can describe her as just a friend, because I am still unimaginable support from this woman. I received some unimaginable support from this woman. I remember those days when we got to Lagos, she would cook a stew with 100 naira. And I've not tasted soup better in my life. 100 naira soup. And you can eat that soup with rice or eba or anything, it will flow. It will flow. She can do that. So for that, I thank you again. So read that chapter. See how actually goes down. So chapter 9, just talking about my experience in life, the values I hold, the values that the values I hold there. Those are things that they don't joke with. So in that chapter, you will see issues around disappointment, forgiveness. We use it to scare small things. My wife came from a close-knit family. I come from a very, very individualistic environment. When we were growing up, we all had our homes. I had my brother had his, my three sisters had their homes. Nobody, If I don't want to see any one of my siblings, all I need to do was not come out to my room. So when it's around time I know when they was there, I can come out, go into the kitchen, I can do that for 1 week. But you see, when we start living together, so this is my wife's last name. From the service, not immediately after her, already was abroad at that time. For the other three were in Nigeria. And so I would just come back from work, I would meet the four of them in our one bedroom apartment. And I ask myself, where are they going to sleep? In fact, I will get to where my friend will say, because I'm not my food. So where is my food? Don't take care of some anything. And then for her it was not a big deal because then she has eaten it, get something else. But if you don't eat my food, where I come from? How can you eat my food? So everybody has their own food, but it was not a big deal. And so I will expect that the following day they will go. They can be there for 2 weeks. They will have, it's not as if they don't have a house. They will leave their own house and come and greet their sister who is living in one bedroom apartment, and all of them will just stay there. You know, but I came to understand that it's what gives her joy around the people. It's not a fault that our parents could not build a rapport amongst their children. And so that is what I pray for my own children now, that you be there for themselves, the leverage of their strength. You know, all it needs to happen is for her to call. They have something they call it the conference. Once that phone rings, no matter what any of them are doing, to take second place, they all join. Is that what is that? Is that what is that? If they need anything on that phone call, it will appear. If they have to go into Nigeria, they are coming. Now, I ask myself, what happened to my own parents? You know, it's just a side to the road. They are just loving people. So, chapter 10 talks about, I like legacy. I like what are people going to say about you. I like that. So, if you read that, you see the one that I'm going to speak about is my daughter, my last daughter. When I asked her to write, she's like, she's high school and at the same time emotional. I don't know how you can put the two together. She's high school on emotional, but at the same time, the one that exhibits the most emotion out of all the children. But if you look at her, this one is a passive. You know, appreciated my wife was, you know, this lady sitting beside my wife, just give her pen and paper and she will write my story. She has been there since we started cutting till now. If I forget something, I will just say, but last time I forget that one. Is it not writing so and so? And then she will say, come, is it your story or my story? Why do you know it more than me? Okay, she has just been there. These are people I call my support system. My wife's last siblings. There are two sisters. So they fight more than anybody I know. But don't just get involved. Even my children know they don't get involved. Once they start, one of them will just hide their back. They will use it to finish their back. So they just need they're extremely close. So I thank everybody. I don't know if my in-laws are online, but I just thank them so much for that support structure. I have seen over the years. I thank them. My wife and children, and then Laterna, thank you so much for this. So, final words for me, final words for me, next time. We want through life chasing the wrong thing. We chase the Korea, we chase the lockdown, we chase the expensive cars. Those are the things we chase through life. And then we get to 70 or 80. and we discover that those things may not be enough. And so at that, I've met many rich men, and gone to the burials of many rich men. I've not had anyone come out to say, if you see the way Baba dresses, it's expensive gold, okay? That house he built in Adewuyi, I've not had it once. What I've had over the year was kind. He helped me, he assisted me, he spoke to me, he settled the problem between me and my husband. So I keep asking myself, so what of the Ikoyi now that the man developed high blood pressure when he wanted to be? What happened to him? My mom lost one of her sisters, the one that took care of us many years ago. Sister was known to be heavy in gold. When she comes out, see gold, you will marvel. It was heavy gold jewelry. And so when we were burying her, they put her in the coffin. I noticed that not people gold on now. And then when people were talking, that she was a civil servant, people were saying that when she's coming to the office on Monday, she will come with one money for four. Those are things that people remember. That husband was what they share, like the studio one. That's comfortable. Those are the things people remember. Nobody say she's a snazzy dresser, that the gold. So I asked myself, why do we focus on the needless things all through life and forget the useful thing? And I try to end it. Sorry, I'm the pastor. When you have a pastor, you always have Bible. I'm so sorry. So I try to end it by quoting 2 Timothy 4, 6 to 8, the message version, and I will read. My advice is that we all focus on the little things now, so that at the end, say like Paul, you think over. I'm about to die. My life and offering on God's altar. This is the only grace worth worry. I want her right to the finish. Believe all the way. All that is left now is the shouting, God's applause. Depend on it. Is an honest joy. He will do right, not only by me, but by everyone eager for his own. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Another round of applause for all right, so at this point, I would like to take comments and questions. I would also like to get comments from some of the online guests and participants. Most happy can just close the on. I'm sure you would have noted that our author is a very good storyteller, and the good thing, he writes the way he speaks. So this is actually one of the books that will not stress you. There are a lot of stressful books. This is one of those books that when you read, you would enjoy, and you feel like you're having a real-time conversation with someone. At the book launch, I introduced the book to someone and told him that if you read this book by weekend, you would have been done. Someone took that challenge and said, "Oh, let me read it on the plane, and then I'll read myself to sleep." And he noticed that he finished the book very eagerly, and while they were deboarding from the plane, he was waiting to everybody come down. Let me quickly finish off before I come down. That's actually how interesting the book is. So, thank you. Any questions? Yes, sir.
My name is Adewuyi. Firstly, congrats, Adewuyi. This is massive. Well done. I've known him for quite a number of years, decades actually. So I started following him on LinkedIn, and he used to write what I call the master class. Every time he writes or sharing his experience as a corporate governance personality professional and all of that. And I remember one of the conversations I had to tell him that you have to write a book. These things are too rich, they're too valuable, they're too helpful, they're too insightful, they're too full of perspective for them not to be in a book. Because what happens is that it's only those of us that follow your link that are able to glean, access the wisdom you share. So he said, he's actually trying to write, so that he wants to write another that. So one day when I saw, because we're in the same alum group, went to the same university, so we're in the same alum group from GLM. So one day I just saw on GLM that there was a book club, and I saw some of our friends, who were with him and all of that. So I was quite happy. Then when I later saw this note, I have to be there. Unfortunately, I came in, but I already know that this is going to be a brilliant read. I already know that, And what I would just appeal to Alausa now is to say, please, there's still a lot more books in you, and you have to deliver them. So congratulations, Madam. Congratulations. The testimony he gave about you, I'm just so happy about it. I'm happy not just because I'm hearing it here. I've had it severally. Sometimes, even in those LinkedIn posts, he will commend you. Then on our class platforms, there are times he will share. As a pastor, like he said, I don't have to tell you. So when he's sharing, sometimes contributing to conversation, and I used to say that platform is actually like a live class, because the wealth of wisdom from all of us, and the older we get, the more valuable we actually become, So every time he contributes and has to talk about Madam and family and all of that, always in positive light. And I pray that the Lord will keep you both strong, and the family, your bond of love will keep getting strong. In Jesus' name. Congratulations. And Madam, congrats too. I like the fact that, you're able to even remind him about things he has forgotten. That's what love is all about. Thank you. God bless everyone. Congrats again, also.
Thank you very
much. Quite happy to be there.
Thank you very much, sir. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Apostle. Thank you for the word. So while you were delivering your book, I will and if I'm not asking, I think this book should definitely be for generation. Because as a lecturer, I see a lot of young students make some of the mistakes we made in life. And as they always say, it is better to learn from other people's experience than your own personal experience. So I don't know if I've not gone through the book, but I don't know if chapter 1 to 10 is for a teenager and youth. It is good. But if we need to write an outreach one for them, where they can go through it to understand the grasp it, just to avoid making mistakes, right? I don't think I want us. I don't know. Yeah, right? Yeah. I think we can work on the book, especially if we want to send it to the younger generation. We can work on the book to be something attractive. The topic is good because I know the younger generation they enjoy things like Blindsights. What does it mean? I need to dive in to know what it is. But if we want to push it out in younger generation, I'm able to decide to be cover. You need to be attractive. Yes, Yeah, thank you very much. What is the wonderful?
Typically, like this, and I didn't even plan, know I was going to be here today, but because of personal knowledge, I know that there are some people that kind of observe, and I have a lot of this kind of thing. He also spoke about it, the book review, people that just watch, and you recommend them, you mentor you from afar. I represent the business life and it's and Pastor Adewuyi, I'm happy that he's now a proud author.
You know, okay. So, and he takes one of our classes, so he's already in the academics, you know, and he takes people skills, emotional intelligence, and communication class, you know. And if you are to what he has said, you know, there's no other person to take the class on people skills or emotional intelligence. Don't thank you, sir, for all the support. I tried my best. We had a class today, but I was even thinking of going to jump out. You know, but like I said, I faced them, you know, and then I wanted to be bottom of the pot. So thank you very much, and God bless everyone.
Thank you very much. Okay, so now while we wait for the next set of people that will either ask questions or make any contribution, is there any question from anyone
online?
Hello, online. How are you? Or would you like to?
I don't think there are no questions.
Okay. Any thoughts? So if you're online, please share some of your thoughts on his presentation, or if you have any question for him, please share with us. And then maybe this is when I will now ask the question. Ask the question, and I'm sure one or two aspiring authors here. There are authors here. What was the hardest part of writing the book for you?
I think it's just sitting down to write for me. The time to write the book. Being vulnerable is not new to me. I know secrets. And I was always saying, must you tell people to go and come to us? I don't have secrets. So being vulnerable, for me, it's just a time. And like I told the publisher, I didn't know there were so many steps to people to write it. I just thought we would just write a story and send, and they will publish. When he told me that we do ISBN, I said, what is all this? What is all this? Just write the book and publish. So I think it's the processes. But I don't know, maybe she has something that have been here. She made it easy for me. I just handed it over. I should just come back today, so you have to spend this money. Just take the money and go. So she made it easy, but the time. So if I didn't have time, I would have been supposed to write that book. But there were so many steps and books that I didn't even know existed until it was time to publish the book. So I think the hardest part for me was the time. But I think it's dedication. And if you are committed to it, you can do it. But that commitment is important. Being convinced your story needs to be heard is also important. So once you cross those two, I think you can get it.
Maybe another question, but this one now is based on the book that you talked about your friend Olato. I think that's one of the best stories I've heard about friendship. I wouldn't have minded if you read the book, but because of time, I don't mind if you could just share maybe an abridged part of that story. I know that there's a lesson in it, because as we say we're in a digital world, we're in a digital age, but I see that the skill for relationship, keeps dropping, more and more as we engage online. We think we have real friends, but really in real life, we actually don't have people that will stand up and come out for us. So, and that's one of the things, that's one of the graces and wisdom that you have. So if you could share that story and help us, get that knowledge and value in being digitally savvy and nationally savvy, I think that will help us.
Okay, so I think the first thing is to understand who our friends are. I I know a lot of people, don't get me wrong, but I know my friends. And because the way I choose my friends is different from the way a lot of people choose their friends. People choose their friends based on hobbies. They choose friends based on maybe social class. I don't choose my friends that way. I choose my friends based on values. I've discovered over my life journey that people approach you for different reasons. What you need to now try and identify is why somebody is identifying with you. You know, I'm a company secretary. I've been one for several years. When I see an executive director coming to my office often, I ask myself, why is this person my friend? You know, so there is a committee they call board governance committee where they determine what happens to directors and everybody benefits and all that. They are not members of those committees. I sit in those committees. So what this person is trying to find out is what they said about it. So what this person is trying to find out what they wanted to deliver to him or what his benefit would be. It's not for me that you will get that. So it's not from you won't get that from me. So it's just to try and understand this. Why this person ordinarily will not be in that corner. So why is this happening? A lot of us just jump to the euphoria that the ED is now my friend. He is not your friend. So I've also discovered that once you can give a reason of why somebody is your friend, they may not be your friend. Olatopo was we started school the same day, primary school. We were in the same class in secondary school. He was part of my friends when we were, all of us were misbehaving. But my own was a bit more than most of them. What God did to help me was my father suffered in his heart early in life. He was a politician, and when the 1993 trials we bought almost all his life investments, all his businesses, his houses, they bought all those. And so my father was a lawyer when he was like me, he was a lawyer. So he had retired and he had to go back to law practice to fend for his family. So while he was comfortable, I did not have all the ideas I had. You know, in those days, in Ife, nobody travels abroad. I was traveling abroad. My father would pay, I would go abroad, I would come back, put my picture on my t-shirt, my head, and everybody would say, "And last year has come." So when my father lost all that wealth, and it was just normal money, a lot of people that I thought were my friends, they started behaving, the people that stayed were the other people. So they didn't like me because of the money in my hand. They liked me because of me. So I don't know. One of my local person is not in town now. Is that if he was in town, at least even if he can't, he will walk through. He will just say hello and walk through. Another one of them that called me this morning say, "Will be a sky." We are not the three of them. And through life, so Tokubo was a lecturer. His father was a professor, and we left secondary school. He entered university immediately. Two of them. The other one entered the year after. I was the only one that had to wait 4 years. So by the time they were in part 4, I was in part 1. So they left school. And life was good to them. Immediately, that was the time of the class houses and all that. They pulled me. But Tokubo will always come back to Ife almost every quarter. There's one thing that the lawyers, these guys, they all went and worked, but they will come back to school. You know, they will land in Lagos. The following day, drive to say, "And answer, how are you?" I was still in school. But they are not born. You know, how are you? They will bring perfume, they will bring designer glasses. Just to say, just hold on, no, it will come out with it. Just hold on. I told Tokubo a few years ago that they don't think I'll run away from school or kill myself, because the way you are coming back to it, there was like a father coming to check his child. So they made quite early. I was coming in Lagos, but they will invite me to all their parties. For me. So I knew that these were people that God said to me. Because it was not, they didn't have anything to give them. If it was a matter of class, they had gone ahead of me, but it just did. If you ask if my wife calls to Google, I don't need to be there to say I need you there now and drop the phone. I can tell you in 30 minutes in Lagos, in 30 minutes, he won't ask what is happening. He will get here first to say what is happening. And if you have those kind of people, then you have to believe yourself. You have to be, because there are certain people who want to. it must be sacrificial. These are people that don't need anything from you. You are the one that listens from them, but they're still there. And so keeping those spends is not toxic. It is just close. You hate yourself. If you were to was supposed to that come and say Allah support and you bought that. Because I had got to pay on the houses. The first one, the second one, and the pastor that pays on the house. Meanwhile, I don't have issues. So he called me one day to say, come, are you thinking about a house? I said, I'm thinking about one. No, I have one. He said, okay, how far? Where are you? Where do you need help? No, when you have those people around you, you don't stand for. Not everybody has them.
Thank you for that round of applause. Thank you. I heard a few comments that you asked. Yes, sir. I think mine is because I've had the opportunity to read the book. And I think the first, somebody came to my house and picked my book after I finished it. And just, I'm sure they know. They know. He actually said, if I read this 6 years ago, I made some mistakes I would not have. I won't say, but that person was probably what put me at an event I wanted to get him to come and talk to us. And I think what that tells me is me going to echo what our daddy said. When we read what he posts on LinkedIn a lot of the time, some of us are we're not too young again, because I started my career under him. We draw a lot of knowledge, and there are a lot of people. I think he knows one. There are a lot of people who read those things. They don't comment. They don't do anything. They read it and they use it as a compass to also guide their careers. And what I would just also put in, like our daddy said, is there are still books there. I was with him for about a year, and the lessons were much. And the lessons should not be told up. It should be packaged in a way that people can really take it and use it as a purpose. So I think that's more like the feedback from the readings, and what somebody also put, and he said the book is so good because it's very, very relatable. I can feel myself, I can see myself in it. So it's more of a feedback and a review. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, Kevin.
We don't have any so thank God I'm here, and I've not read, but definitely I think I've not a copy. One of the things you said was about relationship, and I think it's something that is very, very important to me. I'm definitely going to read it. I think you shared something about a generation. So I'm someone who, growing up, my mom will always say something. She'll say, "You're a fool if you learn from your mistake." As a wise child, you should learn from other people's mistakes. So I would agree with you, Ma, that we need to get it to younger people. There is something, because I attend the same church, when they announce that the elders are starting their own fellowship, I quickly told myself I have to volunteer to help. I want to get something. So I've been learning a lot from the meeting, which is the leader of the elders fellowship. And I think, like you said, I thought about the design of the cover, and so that it can really help younger people. Yeah, I don't mind whether it's that or something else. I think I definitely read it. But I think it's something that we need to get into the younger generation so that they can read. If there's a way to force them, compel them, trick them, whatever it is, let them read it out. Like Mr. Don said, it's something that people can easily read. Because I think the last speaker said something about being relative. Thank you so much, sir, for this, and we hope to get some other ones out where this has come from.
Read this one. Okay. All right, thank you. Can we take one more person? Any comment online? Yes. Any comment? All right. So this is what I would just maybe say before the author said this is final word, and then we will call it a day. So I would encourage everyone that's here that has not had the privilege of reading the book, so please, before you leave Laterna, please go back, take one of the books back with you and read it. And please, as much as possible, also, I would like you to go around Laterna. Laterna has quite a lot of good stuff. I know that because I buy stuff almost every week from here. Very good stuff for your children also. Please, I know someone is going to come up and just make a presentation about that. So please read the book, and as many of us have said, let's share the book with the next generation. And the only reason why my daughter has not read the book is because I didn't want her to hear it. But she would have read the book, she would have finished it. This is an hour read for her. Like literally 1 hour. My daughter is 18. And she'll read this in an hour. The one she reads is Francis Rivers, that's very good, but that one is about 3-4 weeks. That's the one she reads. So this one is very easy for her to read. And if she can do it, she can do it. Okay, let this be. If you've not read a book this year, please help yourself. Okay? The year has almost ended. For those of you that don't know, next week is October. And at least read one book. I recommend reading Blindsights. All right. So I would like the author to say final words, and then we will turn it over to the chat.
I think it's just to say thank you. I can see Popo there, my MD. Thank you so much for coming. I think it's just people told you who is there. My elder sister. All I need to just say is just say thank you to everyone that came. I probably sent the notice late, especially to people, and they were saying a lot of people calling with me sent it out. I just felt it's a Thursday, is one day, and maybe I shouldn't bother people really. So thank you so much for making time. Doctor, down over all these things. Thank you so much for coming in. Laterna, so good for this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. At this point, I would please like to welcome one of my mentors, one of the not in the many times you don't see women of valor, spiritual and professional at the same time. Please join me as we make welcome Pastor Mrs. Mom, the co-founder of.
Thank you, thank you. Welcome. I'm so excited about all your experiences, learning from our parents, paternal grandfather, and those comments, man's discipline, every day counts. So we still have 3 months to the end of it. We can still make a difference. We can still make impact. Opportunities can still come our way, our children's way. He said, life does not wait for anyone. People just keep on moving. 5 years in secondary, 4 years trying to get into university, and 7 years in university. You need to talk to the youths. Honestly, impactful. So that they don't make the mistakes. I remember after my O-levels, I lost my mom in between. And that had an impact on my own life and my results. But I had to correct it. There was no one there except my dad. And 2 years, I went to at least 5 schools before I got into Unilag. I was in Ife. A lot of people I went abroad. I came back. I went to adult education at the age of 16. So you see, failure. When it comes to failure, there's a book there by John Maxwell. Our failing forward. It's better not to experience it. It's so painful. So we need to get it out there and help our younger ones, or even older ones, so you don't make mistakes. And when you now get on the right path, people wonder why you're passionate. Because if somebody was there to tell you, you won't have made the mistakes. And we have to tell our next generation, or those close to us. They spoke about accountability partners. Fantastic. If you don't have one, please have one. Someone that can tell you the truth, someone that can correct your path if you are going the wrong way. And that's about your friend. And then the Holy Spirit, wonderful. If you can speak to God, that relationship. There's more you can do on that path. I know you can teach about hearing from God or speaking to God. And we also spoke about understanding what God is saying. And why is it indeed in seasons. So you can look back at the last 9 months and say to yourself, have I really achieved all I planned to do in 2024? Most of us know there's still so much to conquer. And there's still so much to do in the next few months. If you make every day count and your daily habits, you change them. You're wonderful wife. Well done. Well done. Congratulations. Well done. There's so much in you need to teach women. And I will still connect with you. No, so much. Yes. About how to help our husbands. And also so much in you. So I'll still meet you after. Be the emotional and your final words. People skills, emotional intelligence, and then life is about relationships. Thank you everyone for coming. Just before I talk about the next book, I would like you to quickly look at some of the related books. You want to go through the slide. Choosing Extraordinary Life by Dr. Robert Jeffress. Then Miles Monroe, Discovering Faith and Kingdom, Understanding the Nature of Kingdom Living. 7 Habits of Achievers. What are those habits? We know that your daily habits determines your success. I cannot be defeated and I will not quit. That's what I carried. Again, never quit attitude. Max Lucado, Unshakable Hope. Then Curious Faith, the discovering hope in the God of possibility. That's another book. Thank you everyone for coming. Please make sure before you go, as I round up, next valuable insights on personal mind and a guide to how effectively build and sustain a successful personal brand. You might ask yourself, what is personal branding? Please attend October 10. How are you going to brand yourself? What are you known for? Who do people know you are known for? Some people are known for education, some architecture, some for branding, some for mathematics, some are very good at creative, some photography. What are you good at? Come and learn how to package your soul and use the text space. What do you do? They mention your name. What they did. What would they know about you? Please come. But I pray that all of us will impact those around us and those in the next generation. Thank you all for coming as they play the Laterna product. Thank you. So please stay behind to take pictures with Mr. Lausa. Mr. Lausa, well done. It was fantastic. And I'll say you're not done. It's not over, but it's over. You are still coming back. And you're part of Laterna Book Club, one of our partners. So I'll tell you what more you can do so that people, because there's so much in you, so much wisdom, and you've had so much experience. You've made some mistakes, you've corrected it. That's why it's talking about restoration. It's really a big one. Well done. Well done. Thank you everyone for coming. So please play the Laterna music.